Hi, this is Mid from Paul with an update on my Soviet SU152 self-propelled heavy howitzer, and this is how far we've got. Now the wheels are actually, these wheels are actually all come off, including the front idler and the rear sprockets, but the actual return rollers for the track are actually glued in place, so that's okay. There's no rubber in it. These wheels don't rotate, so and so I'm actually not bothered about that. So it's been quite nice, but at least I can take the wheels off and spray and do some weathering underneath as well. Now I have sent off for a PE set because I've decided not to use the mud guards, even though they fit really well, and I could go with just straight on with a box and come through. And I'm even tempted to get another version, another one of this, but there you go, but at some point. But yeah, so sorry about that. So the kit number of this one is 01571. I'm using the kit metal barrel with the plastic muzzle brake because it's actually slide moulded. Took a bit of cleaning, a bit of filling to do on the top, but as you can see now that the actual, this hasn't actually been glued on. This hasn't been glued on. Because basically I want to line it up. Now I can line it up like this, and I think I can actually say that it was in line, because it could be off slightly, but yeah, you can see it's gone on really nice. I'm gonna have to use some sort of thick super glue on this when I put it on, but it does fit, it's okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. So that's been done. You see I've got the grills on. They're not perfect, because they're not designed for this particular kit. They're designed for Zvezda, I think it is, the kit anyway. So, but it still works. So I've got them down. I've got them flat at that end and raised up slightly this end. But and you can see the grills underneath, which is nice. So that's okay. I've actually, for this, I'll take it off. I've done that. Now it looks mucky, but it's going to be cleared up because I had some spare plastic to actually block so you couldn't see the tracks. Because the actual, let's put it back on there. Because the actual PE set actually doesn't cover underneath, it just goes along and goes to the shape of the actual fighting compartment, which is really good because that's how it would be anyway. So I've actually put that filament inside, so when you look down through you won't see it. I'm going to spray it in there because I can get in from the back edge here to give the colour on it. I'm going to spray it all black and then go in there with some white and just brighten up a little bit, because I may put a figure on there, and if I can't get them then I'll close up and it won't cause any problems anyway. But at least I know that if you could see up, you won't see through into the fighting compartment from below the tracks. So that's done. So that's all done. Now Greg's already done his bits and pieces. He's going to mention his videos, I won't say it, but I'm going to be doing all the seams, weld seams again. But before that I'm going to do some texturing on there. We're using the Dremel, bouncing it a little bit and get a bit of wear and tear, and you can see quite a bit on there already. There's quite a bit of wear there. The actual mantle, it looks really nice. That's really is done, but I'm going to put Mr. Servicer 500 on that just to tone it down a little bit, but it looks really nice. The actual PE kit, when it comes, will actually put the mantlet numbers on the side, so which would be good, another detail as well. So that's nice. So that's just going to be purely fenders when it comes. I sit in a couple of extra bits, but mainly that and the numbers. So really looking forward to getting that set. It's going to be coming next week sometime, but I've got plenty to do. I've got the tracks to do, and obviously we've got a bit of coating on here, and obviously some more attachments, some little bits on the engine deck as well. So I've got a few things to do here. So it's not done too badly. It's got moved along bits. You can see these little blemishes. That's where the sprue is, but they are smooth, and that's not always a bit there. I can get that off with a bit of sanding stick. But yeah, but they are smooth. They just look as if they're raised, but they're not. So that's good. And that will be using the kit handrails because they're quite thick in plastic. But then again, when you look at the kit there, they're quite substantial handrails anyway. So I must probably be using those. If not, you know, we're wrapping it, be brass wire. The old trick again. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the grills 1 minute. Look nice. Now you can see through into there, and you can see the louvers that you saw when I showed you the parts of the kit. Also, I've got the The brass bit is looking a bit light down there, because what I did is I actually used the lighter to make it soft to get the bend, because it's quite thick brass for the actual shroud. This is the exhaust where it comes out through the back of here. Not exhaust, the heat comes out, hits that and deflects away out the back of the vehicle, off the back of the vehicle. So really nice. Quite pleased with that. It come on quite nicely, and the light fits in it as well, right in the middle. But I've got, obviously that hasn't been done either, got a clear bit. So yeah, so really that's where we are with it. So if I bring it round straight again, that's where we are. And yes, it's having a short update, but then again there's not much more to talk about. Oh, I don't know whether it was the kit or me, and I'm going to say it's me, but I had some small gap coming along here, along this top here plate, all the way along the top, and all underneath this side as well, where it wouldn't actually meet up perfectly to the fan. It glued it well, but it just left a gap. So I used Tamiya putty, the stuff that you can, and it's mixed it with a bit of cellulose, not cellulose, lacquer thinner. But I made it thin and I pushed it in, and I used the lacquer thinner with a brush to wash it off and just leave it all fill in the cracks. And it's even along here, and you can't see it at all, so it's done the job. So really nice. And again, on the front, I had to do the same along here, because there was a gap and a gap here, because you have to cut these bits out. So anyway, but I've got a nice small, you can see the gap, the actual gap's there, small, but when you push it down, it's going to disappear. And you can actually see that on the vehicle anyway. So yeah, so it's basically I've used a bit of filler on it already. So there'll be the same stuff. I'll be doing the actual, no it's not, I'll use the putty mixed part 50/50. That's Tamiya and all. Just thin roller like Skill Night Shift does. Put it down there and make the seams a little bit more prominent, which they are on the real vehicle as well. I'm going to get the Tamiya one next of this, and because that's a later version, hasn't got so many curvatures on it, and it looks really nice. Of course, the barrels, I think the barrel in that one was actually a bit longer in service, but this one does look really nice, so as a beast. Anyway, so I think I'm going to say that's it. Yeah, so here we go then. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you for my subscribers and anyone that casually watches, and I'll catch you on the next update, which may be longer than a week depending on whether my PE set comes. It's meant to be coming on the 16th, which isn't too far, but I've got plenty to do. I've got my my tracks here. These have got to be done, so they're going to be done. So not going to be too bad doing those, because I'm going to check the clip, drill the holes out in each one to make sure that the actual brass bit goes in, the actual pin you put in, not pin, a bit of off a reel as it goes, and you cut it to size brass and stick it in and cut it off at the end. So I'll be doing that, and yeah, so I've got plenty to do until it comes, but I've got some more to do with putting details and exhausts on all, which I can paint afterwards, because it's easy to do, that is, because they stick out proudly. What else to do? Oh yeah, if I might be able to go down to it, I don't know. Yeah, if you can. So I come in with this, I think. Oh no, I used it. Yeah, sorry. If you come in here, these loops here, I don't know if you can see, but there is a gap underneath them. I used the knife to go in under and carefully moved it side to side to actually keep it raised up. So that's actually raised now, up in the air slightly, as if it's just stuck up. Oh, I've done it to both. I think it gives it a little bit of extra, and you've got light underneath there as well. So that's the thing I forgot to mention as well. So here we go then. So we call that done. Then I'm going to come back out again. Oh, you can see the actual net quite nicely there. Come back out. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's fair enough, and we'll call that done. Well, and if I should get a video up before Christmas, so that's okay then, so I won't say anything about that. But if I don't get a video out before Christmas, I wish everyone a happy Christmas and a wonderful new year for 2023. So catch you next time. Happy modelling.